Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 249, Bird of Prey, reviewing last night's May 13th, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for his honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. He is the one, the only, Jimmy Macram. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm good. At least I am for the moment. We'll see how it goes. Hope you all are alive and breathing, I suppose.
I would hope so. If they're watching the show, I would hope they're breathing. Jesus. Do you like you don't interact with a lot of humans, do you?
I try to interact as few as possible. I limit it to 5 or 6 a week.
I do appreciate your self-awareness.
Yes.
I appreciate that I'm a part of that 6. That 6 you
I
keep
I recently read that humans
don't take very well to two insults in particular. Insults to their intelligence and insults to their taste. And I insult both of everybody I meet very frequently. So I don't do well, typically.
See, this is the type of, self-awareness that you don't get from a lot of wrestling podcasters. So that's why people appreciate you, good sir.
Thank you, kindly.
And we appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. You can drop a thumbs up on this video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, family, and friends on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can sound off in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought about last night's AEW Dynamite. And if you're with us live, you could be a part of the show by sounding off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, hear your thoughts on last night's show. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got with us in the chat right now Eric Isaac, who says, "Hey THH fam, the hair versus title match is official, as well as the Owen Hart tourney, and Thunder Rosa's back again." Indeed, all of those are true. Thank you for the recap, Eric Isaac. Fitz says that Double or Nothing card looks great. Should be a great show in front of a sold out crowd. I made the joke earlier today on In the Weeds. I said, thank God that Tony Khan on a Thursday, he checks out In the Weeds and AEWramble, because I did complain about the lack of build to Double or Nothing, and he finally remembered he has a show in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so he can just throw on a couple of matches in a couple of shitty tournaments and fill out the rest of this nonsense.
They're not shitty tournaments. The women's bracket is very interesting.
What does interesting mean?
It means I can't predict who's going to win that.
I can predict who's not going to win it. That's easy.
Mina Shirakawa? Do you going to pick on
Mina's going to win it. I don't think Sky Blue's going to win it. I'll take a couple shots in the fucking dark and say that's not going to happen. I don't think Jack Perry's going to win it. Good Lord. CM Punk's going to pay for his crimes one day.
Now we're blaming Punk?
There's no way we would still be dealing with this Jack Perry push if he didn't fucking choke this nigga. There's no way he would be in the same pile fucking Sammy Guevara was in if it wasn't for fucking CM Punk, who then left us all with the fucking mess. Well, he got to do what the fuck he wanted to do. Beautiful.
Hey, he's got a well-needed vacation right now.
I need a vacation. It was fucking nonsense. If you don't like that, fuck you. This thing's 12. What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
See Cloud in the chat. Good to see ya. We got Fitz in the chat joining us today. Says, got my chitlins microwaved and ready to enjoy this Dynamite review.
Please tell me that's supposed to be chicken or something. Chitlins? Are you fucking serious? Eating chitlins microwaved. I can't even fucking imagine. Eating chitlins by choice. I certainly can't imagine. What is going on? If you need some money, let me know. I'll help you out.
He said, I'll send you a super chat donation.
Chitlins? What is going on?
Oh, we got Matthew Hooks in the chat. Good to see you, good sir. We also got King Davion, who says, what's good, y'all? Dynamite was better this week. I hope TK learns his lessons for the 3 hours next show. Can't believe we're doing 3 hours 2 straight weeks. Next week and the week after.
Oh my god. I appreciate you, TK. I was really enjoying Dynamite at the end of April. 30th, 23rd, and 16th. You're like, that's enough of that. Time to put on some fucking nonsense. I appreciate it. Gotta keep the show going. It's dynamically up.
He was like, Jimmy's enjoying this way too much. It's kind of weird. Let's stop all this immediately. Stop all this. immediately. We got Derek Loves in the chat who says, hope the Death Riders have a match at Double or Nothing. Love Claudio and Saray in the Owen. I love them coming out and saving Ospreay from the Bowens and Shibata. And I love the Death Rider segment. This is like, I feel like this is a direct attack at you. This has to be a direct attack at you.
Nobody loves the Death Riders. It's impossible.
Everybody loves the Death Riders.
Oh, Death Riders. It's Wheeler Yuta. It's Daniel Garcia. Good Lord. What the fuck is going on? He saw the rating.
Like the theme song. And
then here they come. Here they come in their white t-shirts and tight pants. What is this? Oh.
Your disdain for Jon Moxley and the Death Riders has become a punchline for the show.
It is not only detrimental to my mental health, detrimental to fucking wrestling in general. TKO is going to roll forever. This horse shit on TV.
King Greg says Chitlins is crazy. We're free, bro. Barely, but we got choices. Crying face emoji. Multiple laughing emojis from Annika, and Power Driver says, "Yeah, I could do without the Death Riders, I guess."
Please and thank you.
What's up in the chat? I-95 Fessy Fess. We also got Matthew who says, so at this point, I'm guessing this isn't a bit. LOL. Oh, no, it's not a bit. This is genuine hatred that he has for Jon Moxley and the Death Rider.
So, that? I don't do bits. And secondly, it's Jon Moxley. Like, what are we doing? I was trying to think. We can remove Roman and Hogan from the equation because Hogan, for all his issues, is a gigantic star full of charisma, and Roman is a gigantic star for this fucking era. Moxley's closer to a Triple H, but at least Triple H was great at one point. Moxley's closer to Jeff Jarrett.
Moxley was great at one point.
It's like, why am I watching Jeff Jarrett on my fucking TV? Why is he in the main event?
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. We're comparing him to Jeff Jarrett now.
He's a fine mid-card wrestler. In Moxley's case, a fine upper mid-card wrestler. Why are we in the main event? Why are we big time in Will Ospreay, who is better than him in every objective measure you could possibly think of, and all these subjective ones, if you don't mind.
Let me I'll just give you the pitch that Moxley went up to Will. So he said, "Will, I'm gonna beat you at the pay-per-view, and then we're gonna do this story. I got a question for you. Have you ever seen Rocky 3?
Oi.
And he's Oi, bruv, what? Oi. he said, watch this movie, and we're gonna put something together that's very similar to Rocky 3. This has been my dream story I've been wanting to give. So we're gonna finally do it.
Without Rocky 2, by the way, in which Ospreay would have beaten Moxley already. The fuck is going on?
I said this earlier. I had someone in the chat in the weeds that was like, "Oh, the story doesn't work if Ospreay would have beat Moxley." Literally, the story they are basing it on is Ospreay beat Moxley.
Good Lord, what shit this is?
It's not shit. I wouldn't go that.
No, it's fucking terrible. You have to literally have brain damage and forget everything Ospreay's done up to this point to fucking believe any of this shit.
He hasn't done what Moxley's been able to do.
Moxley hasn't done, and neither of them have done what fucking Ric Flair's been able to do. But you wouldn't be sitting here listening to fucking Ric Flair get Will Ospreay fucking advice. The fuck out of here. Jesus.
Fitz saying Moxley is like Randy Orton. But he boring.
That's pretty good. Orton's a nice comp.
This comp. Matthew Hook says, to be fair, SP3, that was Zeno Hour, who was Triple H's burner account. Also true. Also true. That is true. All right. Before we get into last night's AEW Dynamite, Jimmy Macram, we got to touch on some things around the wrestling world. First up, what do you think about Asuka, who apparently is leaving WWE or taking some time off? She had her matchup with Io Sky at WWE Backlash, where she lost to Io in what was a very good to great matchup. And then post-match, she had tears in her eyes. She hugged Io and embraced her. This led to reports coming out after the matchup that Asuka had posted on social media the first couple of words of Frank Sinatra, My Way, and basically signaling that she was finishing up with WWE. The Wrestling Observer newsletter then reported Dave Meltzer was like that Asuka is semi-retired. It then came out by PW Insider that she was taking some time off to deal with family stuff for a while. And then on Monday Night Raw, she had a formal send-off where she said that Io was taking her position in WWE, and we saw Asuka leave out the building with her luggage. So what do you think about Asuka either taking time off or being semi-retired?
We've got to enjoy Asuka longer than I would imagine we would have. She's 42, 43, 40 something. I know she's generally attractive for her age or any age for that matter. That's the point. I'm not wrestling. I will say this: as far as Asuka's issue or her place in the wrestling sphere, Raw in particular, I think it hurts. It probably hurts more than it would have a few months ago. Just a few months ago, this Raw's women's division was all time, quite frankly. And now it's just good with no Rhea and no Stephanie and no Asuka and no Becky. This is a bit of an issue.
Becky's there.
Oh. Who am I thinking of? Oh.
AJ
Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie, yeah, Kyrie.
Sorry. I wish her the best. She's more than earned her fucking retirement or semi-retirement if she so fucking chooses. She is an all-timer. I'd say top 10 WWE history. And I wish her the absolute best.
Yeah, I said she is probably the most successful Japanese wrestler in WWE history. I would go as far to say that she's top 3 in U.S. North American pro wrestling history as far as Japanese wrestlers go, with Antonio Inoki and Great Muta being the others in the top 3.
It's a good show. Very impressive. She kind of suffers from like Vince Carter syndrome. She's been around a long time and kind of mid-Carter for like the back half of this. But she's still fantastic. I saw the Io match. It was a great match.
The other big news from WWE Backlash was the John Cena Classic. John Cena appeared on Backlash to make a history-making announcement, which wasn't anything to do with Club WWE like most expected. It was for him to announce a new event and championship called the John Cena Classic, where stars from WWE main roster and NXT will compete on this one night. And the winner of the inaugural John Cena Classic Championship will not be decided by wins or losses. It will be decided by a vote from the fans. So even a loser of a matchup, if they impress the fans enough, can become the first ever John Cena Classic Champion. What do you think about this word salad that John Cena presented as an announcement?
Well, sounds pretty simple. It's shit, but it sounds pretty simple. This is the natural byproduct of what I've been complaining about forever, where we don't care about wins and losses, and we talk about fucking star ratings, and we talk about performances for the fans, and everybody being happy and getting over. This is the end of it, which is quite literally wins and losses just don't matter. Okay, fair enough. We've been heading in this direction for 20-something years now, and here we are. Fantastic. I'm so very happy. Why? Because I won't be watching. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I simply hope that things line up where the winner is also the most popular. Please and thank you.
So you said you saw the Asuka and Io Sky. Did you watch Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns?
I did not.
Oh, no, I thought that was a great match as well. That was the other great match on the show.
Yeah, her backlash was fine, all things considered. Yeah. I'm not mad at them. Good for them.
It was a fun show.
Putting on a wrestling show. Who would have thought?
Had 50% of the show had in-ring action, which is up from WrestleMania that only had 38.
That's hilarious. Oh, Danhausen. Yeah, I could see that. I can see Danhausen winning this. They seem to be all aboard, and they don't know how to stop. Like, this Danhausen thing is working. Let's turn it up. They can't help themselves. Let's give them a 10-minute match pay-per-view. Absolutely. Let's put them in the John Cena tournament. Sure.
Where they hyped up the mystery partner, and it was El Torito.
This is the small wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Wrestling's not for me.
It's saying Seth washed though. Talk about the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker matchup. Hey, Braun Breaker won. That's all I can ask for. I'm happy that Braun Breaker won the damn matchup.
I've heard good things about this fucking match. Why did you all not like it?
Because Seth tried to do some athletic moves in the matchup and he wound up botching them. One where he tried to do the float over into like a power bomb or pedigree and he landed on his head. And then another where he tried to do the Ospreay flip out of the Hurricane Rana and land on his feet. And then he stumbled and didn't land on his feet.
Ospreay
twice.
Hilarious. Twice. Crazy. I think he would how do I put this? About shitting on Seth. I'll praise CM Punk. He would be best to wrestle like an old man instead of trying to wrestle like a 26-year-old or fucking old he was when he was able to do all these things effortlessly.
Yeah. You gotta progress. He's always talking about he's 40 now and stuff, and it's just like, dude, you got to start wrestling like you're 40 then.
Yes, there's interesting stuff to be done by old people. Just is. We just saw it in the main event WrestleMania that Seth will ever be in again. I'm not shitting on Seth. I'm just saying.
You never liked Seth. You do like Seth more than Moxley. I'll give you that.
It was not always the case. It wasn't the case 6, 7, 8 months ago. But Moxley just would not stop. He refused to stop.
I think the turning point was when you thought that he was on this downward spiral, and then it just turned into him winning the Continental Classic.
Yeah, so all he did was fuck around with fucking Kyle O'Reilly for a fucking couple of weeks. And that's enough of that. Back to business. Lord, I hate him so much. Fire
Driver Finisher says you're either too old to deliver the moves or young enough to no sell them.
That's a great point. There's no middle ground ever.
It's a just stick to the rest holds, my guy. And T5 the Gray says he should have learned like Westbrook last night. Louisville saying Seth got them Terry Bollea knees. And Annika says an injury stopped Seth. LOL. Yeah, man. Like he got the monster push in 2025. Like he beat Punk, Roman, and Cody in like a 6-month span.
Triple H trying to relive his prime. No, sir. We don't want to exist through this thing again. Number 5 guy gets to be the guy.
He's like Seth. I once beat The Rock, Austin, and Taker in a 6-month span, and now you're gonna beat Punk, Roman, and Cody in a 6-month span. We're gonna put you over the top. This is gonna be the big push. You're gonna headline WrestleMania. Oh shit, he's injured.
Fucking no knees. Beat it. Good Lord. Bring Seth down the card. It's fine. It's fine. He had his run. It's not like he didn't have a run. He had a great run. That's enough. That's enough of that. We can move on.
Hooks, goddamn. So Seth is always number 2, whether it's in his WWE or in his marriage. LOL.
This is true. Seth is a perpetual number 2. WWE, his marriage, the Shield, fucking what was that called? That group, the Authority.
Yep.
Yep.
Even the Vision.
It's fine.
Even the Vision.
It is what it is, sir. Come on, man. Let it go.
All right. Let's get into last night's AEW Dynamite. What did you think about the crowd in Asheville, North Carolina last night?
They were loud. Good for them. Good for the crowd. How big was this crowd?
I think 2,500.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Take this belt off Darby.
You just looking for any reason. We open up the show with Excalibur welcoming us alongside Taz and Tony Schiavone, hyping up the card. We then go over to Renee Paquette earlier in the day, who catched up with the former AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. He was backstage, and she asks him about Darby Allin versus Konosuke Takeshita tonight. And if Darby wins, MJF will face him at Double or Nothing with his hair on the line. She asks if he's ready to sign the contract for the matchup, and MJF just ignores her. Then MJF walks by a couple of bald officials, some bald backstage personnel. He sees Christopher Daniels and Sanjay Dutt, also bald. He sees John Silva flexing, also bald. He sees Tommaso Ciampa, man that kissed him on the cheek a couple of weeks ago, another bald guy. And then finally, he sees Ricochet, who tells Max not to worry, he'll look great, just not as good as himself. As Max walks away, very perturbed by all of this. I laughed. I had a good time. I enjoyed this segment. What did you think?
I laughed at the first 2 reveals. And then it went on and on and on and ended with a wet fart. Shit. Should have ended with Ciampa.
Yeah, probably. It felt like MJF, like the Ricochet part was just hitting it over the head, just to like tell the people what was going on, where it really didn't need that. I would have just preferred it be like he sees Ciampa on one side and Ricochet takes off his hat and says, aha, he doesn't need any lines. He just needs to be the last ball guy. I think that would have been fine instead of the line to hit it over the head. But I enjoyed it. I laughed. MJF sold me on the hair stipulation on this show. Spoiler alert. Are you muted? Oh, yeah, you're muted. I-95 Fessy says this segment was funny as shit. We also got Louisville, who says incredible bit. We got Big Man Dog says ruthless aggression era segment, ethical. Yes, it did remind me as ruthless aggression a bit. He said he also agrees with you. He says it did go way too long though. Fitz says this was hilarious. Bald jokes been overdone in AEW, but this was great. And we got a Pie Driver Finisher who says the Ricochet Park was just Ricochet being unnecessary as usual.
I'm glad we're on agreement. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. My IQ was lower. I could have enjoyed it too.
Oh, sorry. Everyone who enjoyed it has a low IQ to Jimmy. We open up in the building with a 10-man tag team matchup. AEW World Trios Champion Orange Cassidy teaming up with the Young Bucks, Christian Cage, and Adam Copeland to face AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors. We get a big brawl to open things up with everybody going at it. During the entrances, we saw that Copeland and the Bucks were wearing matching gear. Got the matching gear memo for this one. The All Out Brawl sees the Bucks and the Dogs brawl into the crowd while Copeland and Hardwood were slugging it out. You get Orange, who floated over in the corner, but Hardwood joins him for a superplex. Orange counters with a stun dog millionaire and a spinning DDT. You get Wheeler, who got in a cheap shot to isolate Cassidy in the heel corner. Cassidy eventually dodged a corner splash and made the hot tag to Nick Jackson, as there's a meeting of the minds for FTR, who ate double spin kicks, while the Dogs took a lucha libre, head scissors, and arm drag combo by Nick. Matt joined his brother to dish out some super kicks, as the Dogs took stereo running bulldogs from the Bucks as they high-fived. FTR ate a corkscrew dive to the outside, Matt with his signature rolling Northern Light suplex on the Dogs. The Bucks called for a super kick party, but were tripped by Stokely. They brought him into the ring and offered up Christian's stolen watch, but the Bucks opted to throw super kicks at everyone in their paths. They tagged to Christian, and they were looking for a triple super kick, but Copeland took the referee. Christian held them back and then kicked Wheeler low in the balls. I love Christian as the grumpy grandfather of this whole group. Cage again was taunted by Stokely. He attempted to get his watch back, but then Ciampa pulled on his injured forearm so the heels could isolate him. At this point, Stokely joined the commentary team as Taz immediately broke him by saying that he was blown up by all of that. The heels pulled all the babyfaces out of the corner so Christian couldn't make the hot tag. He continued to get worked over until he clonked the head with hardwood into a reset. Copeland and Connors then come in on the hot tags. Finley was sent flying onto FTR with a back body drop. We get a big boot to Connors as Copeland called for a spear but was tripped up by Finley, who ate a super kick and a slingshot facebuster moonsault combo on the outside. Connors took a triple shot in the corner by Cage and the Bucks, as the slowest somersault and corner splash by Cassidy. Chaos until we get Cage, and Cassidy and the Bucks all went up to the corners for quadruple splashes, all while Copeland planted Connors with an impaler DDT. The Bucks hit stereo dives on Finley and Ciampa. Cage and Cassidy had a face-off in the center ring as Cassidy put Cage's hands in his pocket. So Cage then basically was teasing that he was going to do a dive, but eventually he just throws Cassidy over the top rope onto the heels. Copeland was left alone in the ring and he teased the dive, but he ran right into the shatter machine from FTR as Orange broke up the cover. We get Cassidy ramped up his little kicks on FTR until the Bucks made the save for a shatter machine. The match broke down with everyone hitting high impact moves until Connors launched Cage to the outside with a spear. We get Connors wanted one on Copeland, who leapfrogged it, causing Connors to spear hardwood. Connors then slowly turned around as the matching trio of Copeland and the Bucks hit the triple super kick on one half of the Dogs. We get an orange punch to Connors, then finally a spear by Copeland to get the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Fun matchup, had the crowd very loud and engaged into all of this. This had some funny spots, some high impact moves that got the crowd excited. This fit the build for a fun opener to kick off the show. What did you think?
Yeah, turn your brain off and fucking enjoy. This is this was mostly a showcase for the Bucks, who, listen, when I say the Bucks, you know I mean Nick Jackson, but we'll include them. We'll include Fredo in there too.
Fredo is wild. That's outrageous.
This is mostly a showcase for the Bucks, who were all over the place. The cage stuff was fun. The Dogs get beat. All is right with the world.
You just enjoy this bit. You just enjoy this bit. You're not. It's not like the Moxley or Matt Jackson. You just enjoy seeing the Dogs lose.
Yeah, I mean, why not? What have they done to make me want to see them win? This fucking guy who just randomly showed up, Connors, and who's the other one? Oh, right, David Finlay, the latest evolution of Bullet Club leaders, which continues to go this fucking way.
What was the peak? What was the peak for Bullet Club leader? Was it AJ or was it Kenny?
I'd probably go Styles, but I'm not mad at people who pick Kenny.
Yeah, I pick Kenny. I say Kenny was the peak. I mean, as far as like getting into the mainstream, he definitely was the peak, but I can understand anybody who says Styles because of how good he is. Then we get good way to kick off the show. It hypes up the tag team title matchup coming up at Double or Nothing as well. But then we go to earlier in the day as we get another training session with the Death Riders. Daniel Garcia is here and says young boy Billy has some tricks up his sleeve. Ospreay is doing neck raises as Moxley is showing him how to properly apply a bulldog choke on Willie.
Jon Moxley is properly showing some. Good Lord. Oh my. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Apologies.
Moxley asks how Ospreay's feeling, and he says that it's the best that his neck has felt in years. Moxley brings up the night that Ospreay won the Best of the Super Juniors and how he wasn't hurt. He could fly like a bird. Such a simpler time. The joy of doing it. Then everyone came in and tried to make things overcomplicated. Years pass, life happens. Family, responsibilities, bad things, and choices catch up to you. This weight weighs down the shoulders. Feels like you can't fly. Moxley tells Ospreay nothing is different. All those things will still be there, but he can still fly. It's just Ospreay is more dangerous. He's still a bird, but now he's a bird of prey. Tonight, don't go out there to protect anything, your neck, your image, your reputation. Go out to give something. Moxley turns and yells at Yuta before getting back to work as Ospreay took in the advice he was given. I prefer this segment over the last week. I get the vision. The vision is Moxley is supposed to be Apollo Creed and Ospreay is Rocky, and he's training him. I feel like this is setting up post Owen Hart Cup for Ospreay's last final test before Wembley Stadium is to beat Moxley on his way to winning the world championship in London, England. So I am for this because now I see the vision. I see where this is going. I see what direction they're trying to go down here. I don't like the setup for any of this, but I enjoyed this segment as for what it was because it gave me some type of glimpse into what they're trying to accomplish here. What did you think?
I see the vision. I see the match with fucking Ospreay and Moxley heading into. You saw the match for the vision for fucking Ospreay and Moxley at the Owen, which didn't happen. And this match you're predicting now ain't gonna happen. Would you fucking stop? It's over. Moxley won, and we're moving on. He's King Dick around this place, and Ospreay is his young boy who sits here and takes fatherly advice from a fucking 38-year-old mid-carder. This is fucking outrageous.
He's a four-time AEW World Champion. How dare you?
Four-time AEW World Champion. Why? Because Punk got hurt, and this guy left, and this guy stop it. Beat it. And Dragon didn't want it. I don't forget circumstances. Beat it. Get the fuck out of here. This is shit. And I'm not gonna forget. Moxley lied to us. I don't forget. Remember when Punk said that Rocky 3 shit on Instagram? What did Moxley say? I don't pay attention to that nonsense. That's just talking shit. I don't know. We know it's true because here it is now with fucking Will Ospreay, the heir apparent. Fucking Omega gave him the keys to the fucking castle and Moxley snatched him away because he's an asshole. Good fucking Lord. I hate it. I hated all of this. This is outrageous. The speech was fine. This was just a random clip I came across on Instagram. I go, oh, that's kind of sweet. That's beautiful. Look at this dad talking to his young son. But no, it's Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay having this fucking conversation. This is shit. Everything that happens to this company is oh, Lord.
Your disdain for this is making me like it even more, I will say.
I'm glad you listen. Hey, you deserve it. You deserve it. You and all the rest of the sickos deserve everything that happens to you. And I'm glad. I'm glad.
Mox teaching how to apply a rest hold is like DeAndre Ayton teaching someone how to play basketball.
What are we doing? Jon Moxley's gonna teach you wrestling submissions. Oh, okay. Could be learning from Dragon, but learning from fucking Jon
This
Moxley.
is outrageous. Y'all compared him to DeAndre Ayton and Norris Cole. Y'all, I love that freaking Jimmy's hatred for Moxley has just spread off like a sickness. How dare y'all deny this man? He is a veteran, a four-time AEW World Champion, the most prolific AEW World Champion in the history of this damn company.
Hold on 1 second. I got to check this. I don't want to get the number right. Jeff Jarrett. I don't want to get the number wrong. Hold on.
He was I think he was like a 10-time NWA and TNA World Champion.
What was he in WCW though? A 4-time world champion. What a quinky dink. It is what it is. Come on, man. Belts don't mean anything to me. Beat it. Get the fuck out of here. Why am I watching you? I didn't understand as a kid. Why is Jeff Jarrett just hitting people with a guitar? He was hitting the cat with a guitar. Now all of a sudden I'm watching him main event WCW pay-per-views. What is going on? I don't understand.
You sound like Hulk Hogan. He was like, what is Jeff Jarrett doing here as my opponent?
Seriously. And only one person's opinion mattered, and that was Russo. And now only one person's opinion matters. That's TK. Though apparently you all love it too. I don't understand. They hate
riveting storytelling. This is a different direction to tell. We've never seen this story being told before with a superstar at the level of Will Ospreay here. So
we've never seen the story. It's Rocky 3. Certainly seen it.
But we've never seen it with someone like a Will Ospreay in this position.
Yeah.
He's starting brick by brick. He's building himself up. He's starting from the bottom. Like he said, like Moxley's been telling us this story the whole time. He's saying we got to start from the bottom. We got to build you up brick by brick. And that's what they're doing before our eyes. They're telling a riveting tale that is going to culminate with Will Ospreay winning the big one, winning at All In and Wembley Stadium. But he needs to rebuild himself. He's got a big test coming up at Double or Nothing that he's going to go through in the first round. He might have to face one of his best friends in the world, Swerve Strickland, in the final. He has to face someone who put him out, who just beat him a couple of weeks ago, and Mark Davis possibly in this tournament. There's so many things, so many stories that are being told at once within this Will Ospreay tale. And I think at Redemption, you're going to see Ospreay beating Moxley as the final test before All In Wembley Stadium.
Anytime you guys try to like something ironically, it always blows up in your face. Have you not learned that lesson yet?
I'm not liking it ironically. I get the.
There's no way you like it legitimately. There's no way you think.
I do like it legitimately.
I'm gonna sit down and write this. You know what I'm gonna write?
I already told you. I don't like how they set it up. I would have had Ospreay beat Moxley at least once before telling this story, because if you're doing Rocky 3, that's the proper way to do it. But I see the vision where they're going with it, and I like that.
What are you talking about? What? This stuff does not happen in a vacuum. Jon Moxley is not some a brand new wrestler out of the fucking blue. He's been around for fucking ever, and we've seen what he's done with people. We've seen Wheeler Yuta. We've seen Daniel Garcia. Why will Ospreay listen to anything this person has to say about anything? And why would you take it seriously?
He built them into wrestling machines. They're wrestling machines. All right. Big Man notices BCC does have a great track record of creating stars over the past 5 years. Yeah, Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson,
Marina Shafir, keep it going. Good Lord. Is this going to be afraid of success? Is this a money laundering scheme? Shad Khan fucking sends money through his skin and then the money comes out the other side. The fuck is this?
We get a video package highlighting the history of Stadium Stampede. Jericho does a voiceover for this, said that come Double or Nothing, this will be a devil's dance with destruction, bald. He says that this is the matchup that he helped create 6 years ago, and it's going to end him once and for all, where he will get his revenge on Ricochet. We then go backstage to Ricochet along with the Gates of Agony. The Demand are here. He says that Jericho is talking out of his ass a lot, and he brings up Mark Davis beating Jack Perry last week on Collision for the national title, and that he's going to be a part of their team at Stadium Stampede. But he says they need to round out his team, so he spoke with his golfing buddy, Don Callis, and he's acquired the services of Andrade El Idolo. Ricochet then says that he's also spoken to two guys who want to get their hands on the Young Bucks in the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors, who says that they want revenge on the Bucks for recent weeks. Finlay says that if you want violence, carnage, and chaos, who better to call on than the Dogs?
Somebody who won their last match, perhaps?
So the team is complete. It will be at AEW Double or Nothing. Stadium Stampede makes its return, as it will be Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, and the Elite versus the Demand, the Don Callis family, and the Dogs.
Oh, Jesus. Shit.
It was so haphazardly thrown together, but the people involved, I'm sure this is going to be a great matchup mostly because of the Young Bucks selling these multi-man matches. Kenny Omega, if he's in charge of the layout of this matchup, is going to be great. And I think with Jericho, it's always best if there's multiple people around to make the match better.
Certain people should not be left to their own devices. Jon Moxley is one of them. And Kenny Omega is the other one, though in the opposite direction. Just lets himself be involved in all manner of horse shit. And it's detrimental. Not to him, he'll be fine, but to us. We'd rather watch him do something fucking productive.
Oh, man.
Try to be so negative. We'll be very negative between matches. This every segment here, every booking decision, I fucking hated all of them. All of them, from top to fucking bottom.
It's saying Jericho running the ball joke into the ground, like crying emoji. TK, if you watching, to tell him to stop.
Awful. Jericho and Ricochet headline this thing. Good Lord.
King David saying Khan covering his face is me when Jericho and Ricochet are still feuding.
Stadium Stampede. Jesus.
Hey, it's gonna be a blast. I'm sure of that. Then we had Speedball Mike Bailey with the TNT champion Kevin the Jet Knight in his corner. He's going up against Westbrook. Just Westbrook. Both guys trade counters as each man tried to show off their agility until Westbrook stumbles big time, flipping around in the corner. Yikes. They recover. Westbrook misses a springboard as Bailey met him with the spinning corner kick flush in the face. He then hits the ultimate weapon to pick up the quick victory here, as that's 3 wins in a row in the course of 7 days for Speedball Mike Bailey. Justin Roberts gets in the ring as Speedball is celebrating, and he immediately introduces his tag team partner, Kevin the Jet Knight, who is ready for the TNT title open challenge. And this was answered by none other than the returning Brian Cage of the Don Callis family, who was joined by Lance Archer and RPG Vice, Rocky and Trent, dressed as they were cosplaying for Miami Vice. You get, after 14 months off, Cage is back, and my God, did he look even swoller than ever. He looked like he ate the last Brian Cage, actually. Renee Paquette is ringside saying that Cage is ready to make up for lost times, and despite not getting to talk with him earlier today, Cage is clearly as jacked as ever and ready to bring gold back to the Don Callis family. Cage immediately started doing curls with Knight's body and then flipped him over onto his feet. They tried shoulder tackles, but bounced off of Cage like a ball. You get Cage, who avoided a leaping DDT and fired off thrust kicks as he kept working over Knight in the corner until a drop kick off the apron sent Cage outside. You get Knight got a head of steam, and Cage was supposed to catch him on the tope or not. I don't know, but he just bounced off of him and flew over his head, almost landed on his goddamn head. He then gets an F5 onto the apron. Cage is easily having his way with Knight, just throwing him around throughout this matchup. He then calls for the drill claw, but Knight floats over. He tries for the leaping DDT again, but Cage used his momentum, but he caught Cage onto the top rope throat first and then hits a springboard drop kick. Knight then used his speed to avoid Cage's power. pop-up drop kick sent Cage to the outside. Knight tried for a somersault dive, but this time Cage did catch him, and he wanted a powerbomb, but Knight was able to counter that into a Hurricane Rana into the steel steps. We get a leaping lariat from the apron, but finally took Cage off his feet as Bayley caught Archer trying to interfere and flushed him with a big thrust kick to the face. This distracted Knight enough for Cage to hit a big deadlift superplex from the apron to the ring for 2. Bayley took out Archer with a springboard moonsault to the outside. Knight leaped over Cage's discus lariat and finally hit that leaping DDT, but only got a 2 count. Knight went for the his standing Hurricane Rana from the mat in the corner, but he slipped. Cage then pulled him up with pure power and brought him into position for an avalanche powerbomb, but Knight was able to reverse that into a Hurricane Rana. He goes up top, he hits the UFO splash and gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory and retain the TNT Championship. This was good. It had some miscues, some miscommunication, and some obvious ring rust from Cage throughout the matchup, but I thought it was fun for the most part. Post-match, you get Bayley, who gets on the mic, and he congratulates Knight for a hell of a win. Knight did the same to Bayley and welcomed Cage back after a hard-hitting battle. Knight says that he still can't get over losing to Darby Allin, but Bayley interrupts him and says it doesn't matter. He's a future AEW World Champion, and everyone knows it. Knight appreciates the support, and Bayley has always been in his corner and saying that someday Bayley will be a champion as well. And Bayley says he's right. So he's calling out the winner of Darby Allin versus Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW World Championship. Bayley says that Takeshita is his greatest rival in Japan, and as much as he wants to see MJF bald, he is coming for Allen's World Championship. What did you think about the matchup? The squash match first, and then the matchup with Knight and the return of Brian Cage and Bayley issuing a challenge for the AEW World Title.
Squash match is what it is. Happy to see Brian Cage back. He looks fantastic. I assume there's no drug policy in AEW, which I approve of. Might end up killing a wife and kid, but that's the price you have to pay.
Holy
having wrestlers that look like wrestlers.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You got to have wrestlers that look like wrestlers on TV. That's all I've ever said. And there's a price to pay for that. That's all. Anyway, I'm going to take it the wrong way. Doesn't say. Oh, right.
You don't even know how to follow that.
I got distracted. Cajun Night. Cajun Night was a funnish match. Bit sloppy. I felt we should have abandoned some spots instead of trying to muscle our way through them. But if anybody can muscle his way through it, it's fucking Brian Cage. After the match, there's two people who should never be speaking, and they both had microphones. It was heinous. I don't know. Listen, they've got to get reps if they're going to get better. Speedball's not going to get better. He's 50 years old. We can move on and say this is done. Just move on.
He's 36.
And fuck. Yeah, it's done.
He's 50 years old.
Nice. Nice. The Jet, as he so frequently fucking reminds us, somebody's got to talk to him. I know it's happy-go-lucky over there in AEW, but somebody's got the balls to go, hey, kid, stop doing that. It's not you. It doesn't work. It doesn't sound natural. It doesn't feel natural. It's 2026. Please stop. You are not The Rock. You are the Jet, but please stop saying so. Good Lord. Heinous. It's good to know beating Westbrook gets you a shot at Darby Allin. That's all I'll say.
Westbrook, he's a professional. He's a professional. He messed up the one spot he was given.
Heinous.
We got a super chat donation from our good brother Fitz. Thank you so much, Fitz, for the support. You are the first super chat, so y'all know what time it is. It's time to let him
speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan, what the hell is wrong with you?
It says drinking game. Take a shot every time Kevin Knight says the Jet. Y'all down the SP3 and the Jimmy?
I'd end up fucking dead. Good Lord. Take a shot every time this nigga
The
says
Jet
something.
is too fly.
Oh, the fuck? Kevin Nash, the most vindicated man in history. Lord.
Oh, man. Thank you, Fitz, for the super chat donation. King Davion saying, nice to see Brian Cage back in the lineup for the Don Callis Summer League team. We got Annika says, what are we doing with Speedball and Kevin Knight again? I thought that they were going to do Knight giving him a title shot at the TNT championship. I thought that was the direction they were going. Yeah.
That he panders to his 50-year-old teammate. One day you too will be able to do what I've done. Nigga.
Yo, he's coming off like very subtly like cocky, right? Is it just me?
Yes. Unfortunately, I think this is the character. And he wants to win. It's just I'm young and I'm confident. And I wear these awful glasses and my shitty music. If he wasn't so talented, I'd hate his fucking guts.
The Jet is too fly.
I know he sees in his head that this big catchphrase. He fucking just gets over worldwide. It doesn't. Sorry, it's over.
I like when he does this, fellas. I like his theme song. I don't care what none of y'all say. We got King Potato says, not true. Jimmy Speedball can get his reps in for a few years so he can gear up for his WWE debut.
He would do really well in NXT. He would show up to a Monday Night Raw. And then Triple H would go, who the fuck is this?
Where's the rest of them?
The same thing happened to Mello.
Yeah, I was about to say, poor Mello. They put him against Cody, and Cody looked like a fucking giant.
He's like, I'll show these people. I don't hate the colors. And he saw Mello and went, oh, good Lord. Abort. He's like, we really doing this? We really doing this? He was like, I don't dislike the Negroes, but goddamn, where the rest of them? It all worked out.
All right, it is time for AEWramble bracketology. Excuse me, I was going to say terminology. Bracketology, as Excalibur reveals the bracket for the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, and they are as follows. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay, which will kick off the tournament at Double or Nothing. On the other side of the bracket, you got Swerve Strickland versus Bandito, which will also kick off the men's tournament at Double or Nothing. Bottom half of the bracket on Swerve and Bandito side, you got Claudio Castagnoli versus Brody King, a rivalry, a series of matches that we've seen in tournaments of the past, whether that be the Continental Classic over the last couple of years. And then on the other side, we got Mark Davis going one-on-one with Jungle Jack Perry, a rematch from Dynasty, as well as Fairway to Hell, where Mark Davis won the national championship. Jimmy Macram, Ospreay's winning, right? You're muted, I think.
Hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you.
Yeah, I think so. One would imagine, at the very least, they cleared the fucking field for him. You got Mark Davis and Jack Perry in his immediate bracket. I would imagine this is so he can get his win back against Mark Davis.
Yeah.
And then one would have to imagine it's Swerve and him. This is ass.
Yeah, I think that seems like the most logical. This whole thing where it looks like it's obvious it's going to be Ospreay and Swerve. It makes me feel like, man, we were probably right last year when we were saying the Young Bucks should win that tag team matchup, which would have said Ospreay and Swerve did not get a title shot for a whole year. So then it meant that they had to win the Owen Hart Cup to get back into title contention. And I think this would have meant a little bit more that it seems like they're going to face each other in the final at Forbidden Door. And of course, Forbidden Door being a show where they had their first matchup in AEW against 2 years ago. So it seems like that is like the foregone conclusion, especially with their 2 first-round matches being at the pay-per-view coming up a week from this Sunday. I think that's going to be a spectacular matchup because anytime Swerve and Ospreay have faced each other, it's been great. And I think these 2 matchups at Double or Nothing will also be great. But this tournament is like, where's Kenny Omega? Where's Andrade El Idolo? Where are any of the people that have been involved in the AEW World Championship picture? And why do we have, other than Brody King, the rest of the participants on the bottom half of this bracket? Like only Brody has been involved in the world title picture out of Claudio, Mark Davis, and Jack Perry. But you do make sense. I thought the same thing when I saw Mark Davis on the bottom half of Ospreay's side of the bracket. I was like, oh, this is going to be Ospreay getting his win back.
How many of us expect to see fucking Moxley in here?
Yes, I did.
Hope we've all learned our lesson.
Expect to see either Omega, Moxley, or Andrade. At least one of those needed to be in here.
Why? Then one of them have to lose. We don't do that here. Maybe that'd be a good question. Is this for the All-In main event?
Yeah.
So Jack Perry could have been the All-In main event.
Jack Perry being in the Owen is such a meme.
I hate this so much. I need TNA to do something, please. Do something.
You were counting on TNA?
I need somebody to do something. I can't be this. When I was 18, 19 years old, I fell in love with wrestling. And I just presumed that I had outgrown it. That's what happens. You hit 18, you hit 19, you fucking you just outgrow fake fighting. That's probably the way that works. And I realized, no, it's just shit, and I don't like it anymore. And then it stopped being shit at a certain point, and I started watching again. And now maybe I've outgrown it again at 30-something. Or maybe this is all just shit. It's one of the two. This is a lot of shit. I'm sorry. I'm really bothered by the amount of shit wrestling on TV. Every time I tune in, it's something I don't like. Almost every fucking time. It's not impossible.
I think they got to expand the Owen, especially if you're starting to turn. I think if they had 16 spots, maybe we would have clowned Andrade and at least Omega. Andrade and Omega being in there.
What? No, that is not why they're missing from the fucking tournament. We didn't have enough room for Kenny Omega. That's not how that works. Absolutely not. It's a conscious decision not to put them in because we don't want them to lose.
I don't understand what's with him not wanting certain people to lose. It's okay to lose. It's totally fine to lose, especially if it's in a tournament format, and especially because you can come up with ways to protect it. Like it helps the person who wins. Like when you think about Andrade beating Kenny Omega earlier this year, do you think back on that as this big win for Andrade? Which I do. I don't think of it as this big loss for Omega. Omega lost nothing in losing that, but it did elevate Andrade in a way.
That's true. This is like, I would imagine if Ospreay's winning this tournament, this is like, do you remember, you obviously remember Triple H versus Booker T for WrestleMania 19. Do you remember Booker T won a battle royal to win that? That title shot against Triple H.
He eliminated The Rock last.
He was originally supposed to be one-on-one with The Rock and Booker T. But The Rock found out Triple H was winning at WrestleMania. So then The Rock said, I'm not doing that. I think that's what Omega did. He was supposed to be in the tournament. And then he saw this shit with Moxley and Ospreay. Went, all right, never mind. You guys figure this
That's
out.
Outrageous. That's outrageous. I think this adds credence to my whole idea that Omega is going to get another title shot at the new pay-per-view, the Redemption pay-per-view. I think they're going to do Omega and MJF at the Redemption pay-per-view, probably title versus career.
You're doing a lot of fantasy booking that doesn't sound accurate at this point. It's like you have your earplugs in. You refuse to not earplugs. You fucking have your eye thing, and you just don't want to see what the fuck's going on. I think we're gonna do Ospreay and Moxley. Moxley's already told you what time it is. I'm not doing that. I won. Now I'm helping the younger generation. No need for another match.
Okay, when I'm right, do I get an apology?
As soon as you apologize for saying it's gonna happen in the Owen. As soon as you guys apologize.
I apologize.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Jimmy. You were right. I was wrong. That Moxley is not in the Owen. You were definitely. I said you were right at Dynasty. That when he beat him there, I said you were right then. I will say you're right now. He's not there. But I think we are getting Ospreay beating Moxley before Wembley Stadium.
If he's not, when that doesn't happen. If it does happen, I will apologize. If it doesn't happen, will you finally?
I'll apologize again.
I don't want to apologize. I want him to call him terrorist that he is.
I will go as far as for the rest of the year. I will call him Terrorist Jon Moxley. That's his new nickname. It's like Hangman Adam Page, Speedball Mike Bailey, Timeless Tony Storm, Terrorist Jon Moxley.
I saw somebody say fucking Battle Royal. Who's that? Is that Fitz? We did this before. We didn't put no stars in it. Remember, Warlow wouldn't be in the fucking Battle Royal. He wasn't in it because he wants to face CM Punk when CM Punk comes back. I don't need to be in that fucking Battle Royal they don't want their stars to lose anything. They don't need to be tossed over the top rope. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
People say finish the story, Jack.
I'm here for it.
You here for Jack Perry? You just want this all to end. That's what you want.
Listen. I would prefer us to all have a great wrestling show we enjoy. But if I can't have that, which you guys tell me I can't, I will instead watch you guys' beloved company crumble to the ground. I would take that too.
Who do you think wins the Claudio and Brody King match?
Brody. Yeah, better be Brody.
So then Swerve beats Brody to go to Forbidden Door?
Sadly.
And then Ospreay beating Mark Davis in the next round.
Ospreay beating Mark Davis. Good Lord.
Hey, Mark Davis owns a victory over Will Ospreay. Should I remind you, sir?
He certainly does. It was great. I'm shocked.
It was fantastic. One of the best finishes of the year so far.
Right? Brilliant.
We go to your favorite wrestler, Jungle Jack Perry, backstage, who is with his knife, saying that Mark Davis is no champion to him, as he's built like an Australian grizzly bear and still relied on backup, hitting him with a golf club to win his national championship. Perry said to bring all your friends and give everyone you've got at Double or Nothing. But after the pay-per-view, it's back to roots, and he's going to focus on winning the Owen Hart Foundation tournament and challenging for the AEW World Title. And if you don't like that, fuck you.
We were all up in arms about this nigga CM Punk going to Saudi Arabia, but we have no comment about Jack Perry's push, which is a way, way worse CM Punk crime than fucking Saudi Arabia. Not even close. Not even the same fucking bracket. What the fuck is going on?
What's your top 5 CM Punk crimes?
Jack Perry getting pushed in AEW ever since. This is like his third or fourth fucking push. Saudi Arabia. I don't have any more crimes, I don't think. All the assaults he's done, I'm pro assault. Matt Jackson. Jack Perry, random fans in Las Vegas. I am pro all of that. Please go upside these niggas' heads. It's the only way they'll learn.
McMahon Dog says Jack is a double agent. Dynamite might do 400,000 if we make Jungle Boy the focal point of the show again, let alone world champ.
Do it. Let's go. Fuck it. Oh shit. Yeah. Isn't it great to be alive is up there. In fact, that's ahead of Saudi Arabia. Isn't it great to be alive is ahead of Saudi Arabia. Jack Perry. Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night? Saudi Arabia.
Isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night? Or what?
Yeah, that's it. This Danhausen thing keeps up much. Danhausen be on the fucking list.
He got Danhausen hired. AJ Lee. He got AJ Lee to come back and bring down Becky Lynch when she was best character on WWE.
That's not his fault. Loves his wife. Loves his hot wife. Good for you.
We all behind you, Jack. We're all behind you. King Batasis, get this guy out of this company, man, please.
No, we're gonna do what the Fitzes of the world want. Fitz is he's the king of AEW around here. He wants Jack to get it. So hey, that's what we're gonna do. All right.
Oh, you got Big Man Dice that says his hair.
It's his fucking pompadour hair he's got now, which he refuses to change. Dude, either
Beavis
slick your hair back or
Butthead
shave it. Yeah, what the fuck?
He got the Beavis and Butthead hair.
Well, slick it back. That shit is heinous.
Jack Perry versus Huck Cook. King Potato says, yeah, him making Danhausen royalty money is pretty sickening.
I can't even imagine what the fuck that. If he gets 50% of all his merch, he's never seen check that fucking big. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Then we had Will Ospreay back in ring competition, going one-on-one with Ace Austin, your other favorite on this roster. We get a far more.
Oh, he went to, after we talked yesterday, I paid super close attention to this match. He is heinous. He is not as a wrestler, but he's such a fucking cornball. Holy shit, I hate his guts.
We get far more mat-based work from Ospreay to start as he's focused on the arm throughout, attacking. You get Austin, who tried to pick up the pace with a drop toe hold and a head kick. Then he hits a leaping leg drop for 2. Ospreay pops right back up and he throws some stiff forearms. You get Austin, who gets him into a Muda lock as Ospreay got to the ropes. He tried a Hurricane Rana, but Austin was able to show off his great strength. He put the brakes on it. He does a squat and then does a Death Valley driver for 2. During the entire commercial break, Austin worked over Ospreay's neck until finally Ospreay got a boot up in the corner and hits Pip Pip Cheerio. Combo of kicks leading to a standing sky twister for a near fall. Handspring corkscrew kick by Ospreay sends Austin outside, but he dodged a slingshot crossbody from Ospreay. He did his headstand on the apron and then slingshot corner crossbody of his own. We get Austin, who tried to skin the cat to the floor for a head scissors, but Ospreay was able to meet him with the thrust kick right to the injured arm. Leaping forearm to the back of the neck of Ace Austin at this point, as Ospreay then hits the Os Cutter back into the ring and gets a 2 count. Ospreay signals for the hidden blade, but Austin dodges it and hits a double foot stomp on the head to the mat. We get multiple corner lariats from Austin, who set up Ospreay in the ropes, caught him with an enziguri, and from the outside gets a head scissors. Austin got a wildly awesome spinning leg lock into a cradle for 2 before hitting a snazzy looking air raid crash flatliner for 2. Then we get Austin, who took Ospreay back into the corner. He gets him into quickly. Ospreay then goes after the arm again. He gets him into a joint lock and then popped at the elbow. He missed the cheeky Nando's, but Austin escaped as he tried his springboard twisting leg drop, but he leaped right into a sit-out powerbomb that looked nasty from Ospreay. He only gets a 2 count. Both men slug it out. They fired off a rolling elbow, a hook kick by Ospreay. He missed on the Stormbreaker, and Austin was able to hit him with the springboard spin kick. Austin wanted the fold, but he flipped right over him, and Ospreay hits him and waffles him with a standing hidden blade. He signals for the hidden blade to the back of the head, but Austin kind of falls onto his face instead. So Ospreay adjusts. He punt kicks his left arm and then goes right after it and gets a cross arm breaker for Austin to get the instant tap out. The commentary team says that this is the first time in his AEW career that Will Ospreay has won by submission, showing that he's learned something from the Death Riders and the training so far. Post-match, you get Ospreay, who shook hands with Austin, showing his respect before telling the fans that his neck feels good and telling the doctor at ringside that his neck feels good. Samoa Joe's music then hit to bring out Joe leading the Opps. They stop on the stage, and Joe says on the mic he wanted to make sure that Ospreay was listening. And since the last few weeks, it seems that he was hard of hearing. Fate has put them together in the first round of the Owen Hart tournament, and he brings up Ospreay's choices and consequences. Had Ospreay joined the Opps, he could have had a bye in the first round because that's what Joe does for his friends. But instead, Ospreay decided to be Jon Moxley's lapdog. Ospreay made his choice, and at Double or Nothing, Joe will make him suffer the consequences. Joe wishes Ospreay well, but just because I wish you well doesn't mean my friends do, as they feel slighted, and he doesn't put leashes on his friends. Shibata and Bowens, they make their way down to the ring. Ospreay is clearly outnumbered when the music of the Death Riders hits. Out comes the whole group pack: Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, Marina Shafir, and Jon Moxley. The entire crew surround the ring. They get up on the apron. The Opps are clearly outnumbered and are forced to regroup as Ospreay basically looks around him, realizing that the Death Riders have his back, and he gives a nod of approval to Moxley as they end the segment. This leads to Double or Nothing. Well, it will be in the first round of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe for the first time ever. Thought the matchup was great. I thought they worked the story very well with Ospreay going after the arm and working it over, leading to his first submission victory in AEW. I like that Ospreay was able to sprinkle in his athleticism and his usual repertoire, but really focused in on the arm and set up the finish very well. Ace Austin was able to shine in the process. I think that it probably went a little too long. You cut off like 3 or 5 minutes. I think that it's a much even a better match up than that, but I like the post match with Joe coming out to kind of start the build to the matchup in the quarterfinals of the Owen Hart Cup at the pay-per-view, and the Opps coming down to the ring with the Death Riders having Ospreay's back is further progression for the story that they're telling. What did you think?
This man comes out, he's got fucking rose glasses, he's got purple hair, he wears a purple jacket. Look at this shit. He's 5'9" or whatever the fuck he is. He's got a gold chain. His name is Ace Austin. He does a flip. He does a flip in the middle of the fucking stage to reveal his ace playing card. He then gets in the ring. He takes off his jacket. I didn't even notice he has an ace tattoo. This is quite possibly the lamest nigga to ever exist. This is a creative player ass motherfucker. This is the definition of a tryhard. It's hard to explain. I don't hate him as a person, so it's not Swerve-like, and I don't hate his work, so it's not Moxley-like. I don't know what it is. He's just lame, I guess.
You hate him like you used to hate Speedball Mike Bailey. Now you just
are just
annoyed by his existence. You're just somewhat annoyed by his existence, but you understand he's a good wrestler. Now you have transferred that hate of what you used to have for Speedball. Now it's transferred over to Ace Austin.
Yes, and unlike Speedball, it will never change because at least Speedball has some offense that is unique to himself. Ace Austin, I was going to say, is a hybrid of a whole bunch of wrestlers I've seen before. He's not. He's just a facsimile. He's the same. He's exactly the same. He's a lesser version of every other fucking indie wrestler that's ever fucking kind of come through the mainstream. It is heinous. Austin Aries, Chris Sabin, who else you want to throw in there? It's one man who was Benoit-esque back in ROH. Davey Richards. You've seen this. You've seen these people before. You've seen all these people. You've seen everything Ace Austin does before. It might be a more athletic version, but who gives a shit? I hate it. The match was fine. The arm was a nice change of pace. Great match. I wouldn't even kind of go that fucking far. Let's not lose our fucking minds here. Fucking Ospreay flipping his way through a match with Ace. Are we going that far back? It's Styles' fault? I'm okay with that. He's definitely partly responsible. Styles, Ospreay, Okada, and the Omega matches. Overproduced is a good way to put it. Yeah, he's a mess. He should be in the fucking mid card. And by mid card, I'm talking about the mid card of Collision, if you don't mind, because you should not be anywhere near Dynamite.
What did I tell you though? I told you last week. Tony likes him. You're in trouble because
of course
Tony
he does.
Likes him.
This is everything he's ever wanted. He's an NXT mark. He's a black and gold mark, and he's one of them. Add them to the list. Fucking Ciampa. Who's the other one? Gargano. Fucking Johnny Gargano. I've seen this shit before. I've seen the leg slaps and flips. Enough. I've seen this already. I've seen it 20 years now. Let's move on. Post match. Listen, Joe's great. We know this. Death Fry's making a save. Sure. Let's just bitch everybody out. Shibata and Anthony Bowen. Good Lord. I can't have anything. They won't let me enjoy anything ever. And whatever. I thought Will Ospreay was at least safe. Somebody I can like, and I know it's gonna work out. It is gonna work out, just in the shittiest way possible.
Is it not shitty if my booking comes to fruition? He beats Moxley on the way to Wembley.
No, it's shit. It's absolutely shit. Should have been won this match. What's pay-per-view?
Dynasty.
The Revolution? Dynasty. The fuck am I losing Jon Moxley for? Losing to Jeff Jarrett. This is outrageous. Sorry.
This is wonderful. Wonderful stuff, y'all. Gotta love it. We got Davion who says 2011-12 Charlotte Bobcats greater than 2026 Ops.
Heinous. Another bad group. They've got Samoa Joe, so that counts for something.
Let's see what the chat thinks. Let's see. No poll. Do you think Ospreay? Is this it? No, that's not it. Let me get Ospreay will beat Moxley before All In. Let's see what the chat thinks. They're probably in agreement with you. They don't see it happening at this point, but they got to see the vision. They got to see the vision of the story that my man Mox is telling here.
Jarring.
I'm telling you, like this is making me enjoy this even more. I'm sorry. All right, very simple poll we got here. Show it for the people. You just put 1 or 2, the number 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 being yes, you do think Ospreay is going to beat Mox before All In, and 2 being no, you don't think it's going to happen. Moxley's going to keep that W and just call it a day. Let's see what the chat says. We got Big Man Does. He says Mox can keep that W. Fitz saying, can we say the Bowens experiment is over? Maskcaster passed him up. Maskcaster's not even on TV, to be fair.
Better than that bum is. No offense, sir.
It says the Ops is the 2007 Cavs. Joe is the LeBron carrying the bumps.
Ooh.
Short King the Goat says, when is Redemption? When is Redemption supposed to be? In July. By the way, I've been saying Collision needs to be a separate show from Dynamite that showcases people like Ace Austin. I mean, everybody's been saying that.
Why would you want to showcase people like Ace Austin? You've got other people on your roster. In fact, you shouldn't be splitting this roster at all at this point. The roster's not good enough to be split. No disrespect. You're well away from that. Well away from that.
To be fair, you're probably right. Then we get Renee Paquette. She is backstage with Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita ahead of tonight's main event. Callis says that Takeshita will be heading into Double or Nothing as the world champion when MJF walks in and puts over Takeshita, not without bringing up that he beat him 3 years ago. And he says that he can't think of a better idea than Takeshita versus MJF 2. He shakes Takeshita's hand. Takeshita says that he's going to beat his ass in Japanese before leaving, as Callis says that that's a good pep talk. And MJF tells him he didn't mean any of it. He's having a full-blown panic attack. He doesn't want to end up a bald freak. And Callis takes some offense to that until MJF apologizes and gave Callis his Dynamite diamond ring to use tonight, if necessary, to make sure that Takeshita beats Darby. But then in walks Andrade El Idolo, the #1 MJF op. He takes off his hat and he starts showing off his flowing locks in MJF's face. MJF gets flustered and upset and leaves. You got Renee Paquette not being able to to hold her laughter from all of this. Andrade signals to Callis that the world title will soon be his. And when Callis says that Takeshita will be the world champion, and Andrade says, how you know? He says, next time, it's my turn. And Callis says, Breno, shows off some of his Spanish, which is like 3 words that he knows off the top of his head. What did you think about this backstage segment here?
MJF's delivery of I didn't mean any of it is all time. I popped big time. This is all good. This is all good stuff. Takeshita lose weight, he looks smaller.
I think so.
It's depression, probably, from being stuck in the mid card. This fucking place. We're the best wrestler in the world, and I'm in the mid card. Absolutely. Yeah. Andrade was fun. I'm just very sad. Sorry. See, Takeshita just brings me down these days. Takeshi's the best wrestler in the world. This is where the best wrestler. This is where the wrestling is supposed to matter. That would be like in WWE, where charisma and the promo stuff work. Like if LA Knight wasn't the world champion, it'd be like that.
That is what it's like. Big Man Dog says apparently Big Bill's contract is up soon. Yeah, Fightful Select reported on this earlier this week that Big Bill's contract is about to expire.
What's the other one doing? His teammate in
Brian Keefe?
NXT. No, in NXT.
Oh, Enzo Amore. I think the last time I saw him, he was in Fourth Rope, an independent company owned by West Side Gun.
Oh, good for West Side Gun. I can see him coming back. If only for a cheap pop and a couple matches.
I can see that. As well. Fitze and Andrade showing off his hair to MJF had me in tears. Big Man Doug says, I haven't seen this stuff. Ace Austin legit made me turn it off. Laughing emoji. We got King Potato. He says, I can see Big Bill going to MLW. Yeah, I don't know if I see him going back to WWE, to be honest. Unless it's with Enzo.
Yeah. What's TNA? Big Bill's talented.
Yeah. He was in TNA before.
Time to go back. What's his name? W? Something W?
W Morrissey.
Thank you. Time to go back, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if MJF loses the AEW World Championship before All In, that's when they pull the trigger on Andrade versus MJF. At All In?
All In?
Yeah.
Sure. Why would you put Austin in the main event? Put him against Scott Hall.
It says Andrade gotta get his title shot at Grand Slam Mexico. I don't appreciate Andrade being Scott Hall in your analogy.
I mean, I kind of nailed this. I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't appreciate it. I didn't say you didn't nail it. I said I don't appreciate it. Our finisher says Konosuke not wrestling only to return to lose is why TKO.
That's not why, but that's hilarious.
That's not why at all.
Hey man. It is what it is. I'll tell you why. Fucking CM Punk keeps hands to his fucking self.
Excalibur then comes back from break and he announces that the bracket for the women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament is as follows. We got on the left-hand side of the bracket, Persephone going up against Stardom's own Hazuki, making her AEW debut. We got also on the left-hand side of the bracket, the first match that will kick off the tournament at Double or Nothing, TBS champion Willow Nightingale going up against Alex Windsor. On the right-hand side of the bracket, we got Mina Shirakawa versus the forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena. And then on the bottom half, we got Sky Blue versus Joshi legend Sarai, making her debut in AEW. This feels more unpredictable than the men's side of the bracket as far as like what the final is going to be and who the winner is going to be. I would say that the biggest star in the matchup is the biggest star in the tournament is definitely Willow Nightingale, but her being TBS champion is like, will they do TBS champion challenging for the AEW World Championship 2 years in a row at All In? I don't know if they would do that or not. You can also say that probably I know there's some people online who believe the winner of Willow and Windsor will make it to the finals. People only thinking that it might be Windsor because it's in London, England with All In, and they might want to do husband and wife going for the world title. Sarai is an interesting one, as well as Persephone, because both are technically injured right now. So I would think maybe they are putting one of these people in the tournament as a red herring because they don't want to outright say Mercedes Monè is in this tournament and they're going to have her be the replacement as a surprise in the tournament. What do you think about the women's bracket here, Jimmy?
Unpredictable is a good way to put it. Uninspired would be another way to put it. Unimpressive, another, if I want to go further. Okay. Willow being CBS champion does throw a wrench into things. But yes, I have my winner coming out of this fucking bracket. Willow and Windsor. Either they do the right thing and they put the belt on Willow because it's fucking dumb. Or they fucking give Hollywood his consolation prize for dealing with this Moxley nonsense. And give his wife the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I could see that. I would say my final would probably be, because it's at Forbidden Door, I'll say Willow Nightingale and Sarai. I could see Mercedes, like I said before, replacing Sarai because she said that she was taking a month off from all the Japanese companies that she's working with because she had neck issues. And then you also have Persephone, who has a leg injury right now. I can see them like replacing one of them with Mercedes, but I can also see probably Mercedes winning the AEW Women's World Championship before All In to set up a rematch with Willow, winner takes all at All In.
Sure. Let's beat Willow. Let's keep beating Willow. It's fun.
Say that. I didn't say let's beat Willow.
The fuck? The fuck is going on? I cannot catch a break. Hey man, listen. It is what it is. I'm unimpressed by this bracket. Where is Megan Bain? Oh, she's a champion, so it's fucking Willow. What the fuck is going on here? Where are all the fucking stars? Where's fucking Statlander and what's her face?
Statlander's in the title match at Double or Nothing.
Who cares?
It's a tournament that starts at Double or Nothing, so they wanted to make
only one of the matches is happening at Double or Nothing. What is going on?
That gives away that Statlander's not winning the title match. We know this, but we don't need to give it away.
Give it away. Nobody gives a shit. What are we doing? I'm so bothered. I'm so annoyed. What is going on? Whatever, man. I'm over it. What channel's TNA on?
You gonna watch AMC?
I'm gonna give it a shot. It's gotta be. I gotta give it a shot.
You think it's gonna be better? Tommy Dreamer writing? You think that's gonna be
as opposed
better?
to this fucking autistic idiot? Yes, I'll give him a shot.
Godspeed. I'll send you a link.
Please.
I'll send you a link. You give your review next week on the show. Give us a review of TNA Impact.
No, that requires me. Just want to consider watching it. Oh, for clarification, because I don't want to get in trouble. Motherfuckers clip this. Autistic and idiot are separate. Autistic on this side, idiot on this side. You can be autistic and be fine. He's both autistic and an idiot, to be clear.
Someone's definitely clipping this.
We don't deal with ableism over here.
Someone definitely clipping this. Big Man Doug say TNA had a storyline where all the women got sent to a demonic alter universe.
Sounds amazing. Good Lord. What?
Enjoy that TNA. I watch it every week. I have no choice but to watch it for the flagship. And I will tell you, it is not better than this.
It's better than Raw?
It's better than SmackDown. It's on par with NXT.
You just don't like that style of wrestling.
What?
Demon World and stuff.
No, I do. I like that stuff. I actually like the whole Rosemary stuff. And Allie came back from the dead because they brought her back from the demonic alternate universe. It's just everything outside of that is kind of boring. That's what I think you're not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Fair enough. I gotta find something.
They got their own versions of like stuff you see on WWE and AEW television. The system is basically like a version of the Vision or the Death Riders as much as they're used. Like it's just different variation. They don't do anything like new and interesting. If you're gonna watch new and interesting, I would suggest watching JCW with Vince Russo as head booker.
He's always interesting. He's never been accused of being boring. Never once in his fucking life. All right. I mean, outside of making Jeff Jarrett champion, but that's nothing another.
I love that. I love Big Man Dogs is the one who's suggesting stuff, and he doesn't actually watch TNA.
If I can find JCW, I might watch it. I gotta find something. Otherwise, I give up wrestling altogether. It just makes you sad these days.
He's like this. He's gonna come up in like a few weeks' times, guys. He's gonna be like, that JCW. That's where wrestling lives.
Hey, that's all I ask. Keep it entertaining.
Renee Paquette is backstage with the conglomeration. Orange Cassidy says that they have a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and Kyle O'Reilly says that it should be Roderick Strong who teams with Cassidy. And Roderick says, Kyle, thank you. O'Reilly says that he has some unfinished business with the man who put him on the shelf and asks Jon Moxley when they're going to do this for the Continental title. Willow Nightingale brings out her TBS title from her backpack and says that she's ready to win the Owen Hart Foundation tournament again and hold all the gold in AEW. Cassidy says that they haven't done a word of the day in a while, So he says he has the perfect person to do that, and in comes the returning Mark Briscoe, who says that today's word of the day is reunification, as Briscoe is back with his boys and girl and lays it simple. Tommaso Ciampa next Wednesday. He wants his ass near his hometown in Maryland. Briscoe loses his damn mind, saying that they're going to reconglomerate this Saturday on Collision. He walks out as everyone follows out of the shot, with Orange staying behind with Paquette, and says that was an awful lot of yelling. This will lead to Double or Nothing, where Willow Nightingale will be in action as she faces Alex Windsor in the opening round of the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. Glad to see Mark Briscoe back. I think we're going to get another addition to the Double or Nothing card with Kyle O'Reilly and Moxley with another round for the Continental Championship out of this segment as well. But Mark Briscoe being back, that was fun. What did you think?
Sure. It's fun to hear this promo for the 45th time.
You haven't heard it in like multiple months. It's been like 2 months since we've seen Mark.
And I've enjoyed it.
Why are you so mean to Mark Briscoe?
I'm sorry.
It's
the same thing every time. One day is gibba dibba dibba dibba. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to gibba dibba 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 all over you. All right. Jesus fucking Christ. It was fun the first 4 times.
It's fun every time. You don't like fun. You're allergic to
Where there should be contraception. 8 mistakes running around.
Oh my God! What
Stay
the
fucking
fuck,
up.
this motherfucker?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
No wonder you can't take a break. You need the paycheck. Of course you do. Keep these things alive. Ugh.
Big Red Dogs letting you know that JCW has a wrestler named Cocaine, who is a masked wrestler who has a Coke addiction.
Cocaine. Masked like Kane, and he's addicted to coke.
I think he's the world champion, too.
Only Vince Russo understands how stupid wrestling is.
He's your friend because he loves to make fun of the fact that wrestling is inherently stupid.
Yeah. If it's not going to be great, it should be dumb. These are my philosophies in life.
Oh man. Let's see where we're at here with our poll. Oh, we're at 50-50. We're at 50-50 with the poll, guys. We need more votes. Once again, like I said before, Big Man Dogs did not get the memo. You just put 1 or 2. No other comments after. You just need to put 1 or 2 in the chat to get your vote in. To place your vote for our chat. Do you think Ospreay is going to beat Mox before All In? Let us know in the chat with a simple 1 or 2. Next up, we get 6-woman tag team action. It is the Brawling Birds teaming up with Hikaru Shida to verse AEW Women's World Champion Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue, the Triangle of Madness. The heels try to attack at the bell, but are quickly thwarted outside as all 6 women start brawling, leaving Blue and Hater fighting while standing on the barricades. You get the Birds, who do a double gorilla press on Blue and then slam her face first onto the apron. You get Tekla, who came in flying with a huge crossbody to the floor onto the Birds. We get a trifecta of chops by the Triangle of Madness against the announce table before slamming the Birds and Cheetah into the ring apron. Hater then gets isolated back inside before Tekla and Hart lock in stereo. Tarantulas in the ropes on the Birds as Blue nails a drop kick. We get Hayter was able to battle back and wanted to tag in Shida, who really thought about making the tag until finally deciding to. Shida then delivered a suplex to Hart in the corner where Tekla was laid out. Shida then popped Tekla with a big right hand, only to run into a thrust kick to the ribs. Commentary tells us that Statlander was not cleared tonight as a minor injury preventing her from traveling, but she'll be ready for the pay-per-view. We get the spider pose from Tekla, who dropped Shida with the spear, but the Birds mowed down the Sisters of Sin to break up the cover. We get a tag from Windsor, who pounced on Tekla. The Birds start hitting a whole bunch of double team moves. We get a hate breaker. We get Hart coming in with the lung blower before being planted with a Windsor sit out spine buster. We get Blue, who made a blind tag but missed the code blue and ate a hard headbutt from Windsor. The Birds sandwich her in the middle and look for two birds, one stone, when Tekla flies in and hits Hayter with the AEW Women's World Championship to cause a disqualification. At this point, we get Sky Blue, who sank in a dragon sleeper on Windsor as Tekla whipped away at her. Hart missed it, an official who got onto the apron to try to stop the Triangle of Madness. Shida grabbed her kendo stick, but just smiled at ringside before leaving her tag team partners to get beaten down even more. This led to TBS champion Willow Nightingale, Thunder Rosa, and Mina Shirakawa sprinting past Shida on the aisle to make the save as the Triangle of Madness bailed from the ring, and the babyfaces stood tall in the ring after picking up the DQ victory here. The match was fine. The finish sucked. The post-match, I was just like, why are we protecting everyone? You have a perfectly fine Julia Hart who loses all these trios matches. Why can't she just lose this one to put over two of the challengers for the pay-per-view in Hayter and Shida here? This made no sense to be a DQ finish to me. What did you think?
Yeah, Tony's fucking terrible. But he stands next to Triple H, so he looks like a fucking genius. This is fine. Unimpressive. If I was Statlander, you obviously have an issue. But this was mostly inoffensive. It didn't go too long. 10 minutes if I've had to guess. This was fucking fine.
Yeah, like I said, I thought the match was fine. I just don't agree. I don't understand why you do this finish. That's what confuses me.
This could have been a audible, because like a DQ like really doesn't make any sense here. I'm really confused.
Yeah. And usually AEW is so selective with their DQs that I can make sense of most of them because of they're so few and far between. They always make sense when they do use it. This one didn't
At all. Shocking.
Because, like, I understand not beating Sky Blue and Alex Windsor. They're in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. You announced that earlier. I understand not pinning Tekla, who's the champion, or Hayter and Shida, who are in the championship matchup. Like I said, there's a perfectly suitable Julia Hart in this matchup that has nothing going on that you can pin.
Right? Oh, fuck it.
We got here Tekla. We got Patrick Bell, who says Tekla has been doing crazy work, great heel champion. They need to give her more promo time.
She's a really fun promo. I've enjoyed everything she's done promo-wise.
Yeah, just give her more promo time. I would have loved to hear her reaction to being forced to defend her title in a 4-way matchup at Double or Nothing. I think especially if you're only going to do one women's matchup, you also should do a promo or something before the matchup to hype it up, since you're only going to do one woman segment anyway. Well,
you forced Willow in that fucking collaboration nonsense. That counts.
That was that. I knew it. I knew it too. He's like Renee. It counts, right? You're the guidance here. Or what's her name? Jen Pepperman. Say Jen.
Boy,
right?
Oh boy, I am pro stealing money from corporations. So good for Jen Pepperman. What a fucking robbery she's made. Holy shit. When did Mercedes get here?
2024.
A heist. 2 years worth of heists.
Heist of the century. Then we get a video package for Roosh They hype up Roosh, saying that the success that he's had over his career and his recent hot streak in AEW competition, where he beats people in mere seconds because they're local jobbers. What are we building Roosh for? Like, is he gonna be the challenge? Because we already said like we're gonna probably add Moxley and O'Reilly for the Continental title to the Double or Nothing card. Are they gonna do maybe like Roosh versus Kevin Knight for the TNT title? Because you only have one more Dynamite, and you kind of already set up Speedball to get the next shot at Darby before the pay-per-view. So it's not Roosh and Darby because you just did do that matchup ahead of Dynasty too. So I understand not wanting to put him in the title picture, but is it the TNT title then?
That's not a bad spot for Roosh. That's not a bad spot for Kevin Knight to be in. They could have fun. But yeah, this has been like a mess. Not a mess. It's been, if that's the payoff to this build-up, it's been too much. I'm sorry. TNT title is not important.
Especially when we just did an open challenge that he could have accepted.
Right? You're a fucking idiot.
He's like, I only wrestle on pay-per-views because when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
What's with this purveyance of catchphrases? Niggas watch WrestleMania. Lord, enough of this nonsense. I need to get it over there. I don't need it over here too.
All right, time for the main event.
Thank
Konosuke
God.
Takeshita with Don Callis in his corner.
That boy.
Challenging Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship. Renee Paquette is at ringside and brings up in 2024. Takeshita defeated Allin, as Don Callis is as confident as ever that Takeshita will be leaving tonight, AEW World Champion. We get footage of Allen's latest successful defense against Pac at Fairway to Hell last weekend in a match that was a whole lot of fun. That was a blast. I recommend anyone who didn't watch that to go back and watch them fighting on a fucking golf course and Allen getting thrown off a fucking balcony. Callis joined commentary and said all those hard matches Allen has had is going to catch up with him. Takeshita is ready to attack, he says, and the bell sounds and Allin hits a quick drop kick to the outside. He tries a tope, but was caught and smashed into the ring post by Takeshita. Running big boot sends Allin flying to the opposite side of the ring before being brought back inside for a 1 count. Allin tried to fighting back, but was hit by a Takeshita right hand. We get a big time Beal in the corner before Takeshita brought Allin up in the corner, where Allin bit himself free and tried a diving shoulder block, but he just bounced off of Takeshita. Massive backdrop sent Allin back outside as Callis shows off that he's wearing MJF's Dynamite Diamond ring. We get repeated knee strikes from Takeshita outside as Allin is bleeding from the mouth at this point. Commentary questions internal bleeding, but I think he just bit his tongue. We get Takeshita, who repositioned the ring steps and wanted a power drive knee against him, but he smashed his knee instead as Allin moved. We get Allin, who launched himself off and hits a shotgun dropkick off of them, hitting his wild tope as he crashed himself into the commentary table in the process. Both fight on the apron where Allin wanted the coffin splash, but Takeshita catches him and hits this ridiculous Blue Thunder bomb off the apron to the floor in our latest Darby goes splat moment. Oh my God. Callis demands the doctors check on Darby, and we're told the doctor said Allin is fine, which is absolutely ridiculous, as this dude is not fine. Takeshita brought Allin back inside. He hits him with a huge lariat and gets a 2 count. He delivers a brutal standing power bomb. Allin did a sunset flip, but Takeshita rolls through, and Allin kicked out his leg and gets in a guillotine. Takeshita powers out. Allin goes for a code red, but Takeshita spun out of that and hits the Bastards driver wheelbarrow style into a German suplex. So smooth. He just felt like a monster in this matchup, just tossing Darby at will. He hits an Aluva kick, which pops Allin into the corner. Then Takeshita hits one of my favorite moves of the year as he hits an avalanche German superplex and he holds on to his waist for the bridge. I've seen an avalanche German suplex, but everybody just does it where the other person just does basically a backflip onto the mat. I've never seen it where the person held on for the bridge. That was great. 2 count only. We get the power drive knee, which clobbers Allin, and he only gets 2 count, does Takeshita. El Clone ran out from the back to run distraction on referee Bryce, allowing for Don Callis to come over to Takeshita and hand him the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Takeshita debated if he was going to use it, but decided to throw it away, wanting to do things on his own without the help of Callis here. The delay, though, allowed for Allin to get an inside cradle as Takeshita popped up and hits a huge forearm. Takeshita wanted an avalanche blue thunder bomb, but Darby's able to reverse that into an avalanche code red into the Last Supper, but he only gets a 2 count. We get a close near fall there as Allin ran up the top. He hits a massive he tries for the massive coffin drop from the top to the floor as Allin just broke the count before being ragdolled to the floor instead. We get another fight on the outside where Darby slips out of a brainbuster attempt from Takeshita and hits him with a scorpion death drop onto the steel steps as he lays out Takeshita here. Takeshita was brought back inside and he kicks out, but Darby quickly recovers. He tries to go for another coffin drop, but Takeshita gets his knees up. Power drive knee, he's able to nail it this time. He wanted a power bomb only for Allin to counter into a scorpion deathlock. He basically uses the scorpion to put Takeshita in position where he hits him with a coffin drop to the back, and then he follows up with a third coffin drop of the matchup, and he gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Fantastic matchup. These two guys just have special chemistry with each other, where Takeshita just feels like a tank, where he just tosses Darby around and really shows off his power and his strength and his ability, where he has just ridiculous moves which look even crazier when Darby's just being ragdolled around, and Darby showing that he can survive all of that and still recover and show that he can retain the championship. I think that this is probably right behind the Ciampa match as Darby's best title match so far of this reign, which has been absolutely magical. We get Allin, who needed some water after tasting his blood for the last 15 minutes, and he demands for MJF to get his ass out there as they quickly put a table and everything into the ring for a contract signing. MJF's music hit, and out comes the former AEW World Champion. He reluctantly walks out, and he sits down for the contract signing. Allin has a smirk on his face and signs the contract immediately. MJF took a long look at it before stepping back. Excalibur says that it's only hair, it'll grow back. And Taz says, yeah, but it'll cost Max a lot of money. MJF took a seat and said Allin looks like he has rabies right now, as you can see the blood just dripping from his mouth. He hopes that he's had fun holding by AEW World Title. There's a small part, and as he says, he's talking about the penis size of someone from North Carolina small, that feels bad for Allin, who will never hold this title ever again. He has as good of a shot of holding the title again as Hangman Adam Page does. MJF calls Allin a dime a dozen stuntman, as people like to pretend life is about friends and family when it's only about legacy. Allen's legacy is that of a kid who had 15 minutes of fame, as people will pretend he's made an impact when he hasn't, and the fans will know deep down that Allin is just a prick who got lucky, who's too reckless and stupid to stay on top. Double or Nothing, MJF's legacy will be the 3-time AEW World Champion at the age of 30 years old, the greatest of all time. Darby brags about climbing the mountaintop when MJF is the mountain. Darby gets on the mic and responds, only someone who is so vain that is worried about his legacy. as Darby only cares about living in the moment. So sign the contract, and at Double or Nothing, he'll make Maxwell Jacob Freeman into a bald-headed bitch. MJF slowly signed, feeling just stuck and feeling that he had to get the title opportunity. He held up the contract and then immediately shoots a double leg and starts hammering at Darby, who's already worn down from the matchup. He picks up the Dynamite Diamond ring and he puts it on. He then knocks out Darby with the Dynamite Diamond ring before grabbing the AEW World Championship and holding it over his head. He says that 3 times he's going to be the champion come Double or Nothing. He lays the title on top of Darby. He leaves out the ring, but he comes back immediately and he tries to attempt an avalanche tombstone from the corner for good measure when Kevin the Jet Knight sprints out to make the save as MJF scurries from the ring to close the show. I thought like I said, the matchup, fantastic with Darby and Takeshita. I really enjoyed the contract signing. I think these guys have been doing really good promo work. Max is just so great right now as a character. He's my favorite character in AEW, where he is the best heel because he knows how to show ass and he knows that he's not losing anything. He's not losing his star power, his stature, his status as the number one guy in the company. He's showing all of his faults, being very insecure, overconfident, and impulsive, which has forced him into this scenario where he could potentially lose his hair. But he's also very vain at the same time and insecure, where he basically got goaded into taking this matchup and putting his hair on the line to get the title back. And Darby Allin just is putting on some of his best promo work. I thought that his best promo was the night he won the AEW World Championship, but this was a simple yet effective response to everything Max had to say about legacy, and that's something that Darby does not give a damn about. So it makes sense for both characters here. What did you think?
I thought the match was fantastic. Takeshita I know it would be. They've got fantastic chemistry together. Takeshita's the best in the world. Darby's the greatest TV wrestler ever. We can call it. I thought I called it a while ago. Call it again if you
did.
Couple spots. The German suplex spot, fantastic. Obviously, I really bought the Scorpion Deathlock spot mostly because it's Takeshita, and having him tap out on national TV is totally within the realm of fucking possibility. I'm glad it did not happen. I thought the Diamond Ring spot was weird. I thought this was a really well put together, well executed match. Better than the match. Ciampa match.
Wow. I didn't. Okay.
Post match, I did have to give MJF some props. This run he's been on is a very different MJF than, let's say, the CM Punk version, where a lot of stuff, I won't say it's to get himself over. It's stronger than I like, but it's the pop. It's the pop people. And this version might be less impressive to watch in and of itself, but it's to help the company. He's in a different spot now. He's the guy. He's elevating everything else. And while he might not get the love he once got, I think it's worth it. I'm really impressed with him. He's like the anti-Jon Moxley. Not about me.
I will say you stay consistent in not being able to compliment somebody without insulting somebody else. I was like waiting for it. I was like, this is a lot of positivity for Jimmy. I've seen so much growth in this statement, and then you just said no. Fuck all of that. I'm still me.
Saying this is like I'm trying to think of a good comparison. I can't think of a comparison. Michael Jordan, actually, from the late '80s to the '90s. It's just scoring 50 points a game is not really getting the job done. I got to change it up so we can win as a team. Make Darby look good. Make Kevin Knight look good. He's failing at it, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. And I think the hair stipulation, it works because MJF is making it work. And I think Darby's done a good job of making it work for me. So I know you disagree, but I like it. I like it. It's so old school in nature, and the fans want to see him bald. Like that's what makes it work for me. I don't think the fans would want to see him not get a shot at the AEW World Championship if that was it. I don't think the fans want to see him completely gone. They want to see him humbled and bald.
Sure. Wrestling fans are idiots. That's a good point.
That's not what I said, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what I said.
Good bald. Glad you're enjoying yourself.
This nigga nowhere. Big Red Dog saying, I watched this match during the stream and it was awesome. We got Greater Than Haro. He says best Takeshita singles match in quite some time. I think it's his best AEW match since the Ospreay matchup last year.
Oh, Darby's?
No, Takeshita. The best AEW match. He's had some great matches in New Japan with like Zack Sabre Jr. and Yota Tsuji. The Yota Tsuji matchup was this year, but I think like his best matches since Ospreay was probably the two with Moxley, the one in the Continental Classic and the one at Revolution. This match with Darby was better than both of those.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Louisville saying Darby being less emotional, non-alcoholic Wolverine, 5'3" and unkillable. Yeah,
dope as fuck.
It is dope. He's got the powers of Wolverine, but he looks like Steve Rogers before the Super He
does. He's a very small person.
Greater Than Haro said this match is why they need to accelerate getting the younger guys close to that world title. Just saw the. You disagree with that? Why?
Yes. Because it insinuates that Takeshita and Darby are not outliers. It's like watching Oba and Trick and saying you need to push more black people. No, Oba's just amazing. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Can you push Javon Evans? He's got no swag. I mean, Kevin Nash told you. Got no swag. Got to push Trick. You got to push Oba.
Montez Ford. Push Montez
Ford. Montez got swag. Can't push Kofi and these people.
I love that. We already did that.
Javon Evans, Kevin Knight. Ugh, yuck.
We all know Jimmy is universally known for being racist. He hates Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca carried
match series.
Bianca carried that match. The white side of Sasha Banks let us down.
That is ridiculous.
That's the part that's causing all the trouble. Taking pictures with fans 100 miles away. It's her fault.
This man said the white side of Sasha Banks let us down. Do you see what I have to deal with?
Words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm just saying.
Crazy. I can't hear. I can't do this, ladies and gentlemen. We got Dion. He says, I got the feeling that Kevin Knight is gonna screw things up for Darby. No. I think he was just used because I think they'll probably do another MJF Kevin Knight matchup after he wins back the title.
Why? What the fuck?
Because he beat him.
So what? Why are we acting like these two are fucking Rock and Austin? Enough of Knight and MJF. Come on, let's move on. Jesus Christ.
Dion saying my problem with this Okada and Takeshita program is that Takeshita still hasn't broken away from the Don Callis family yet. I hope they use Callis trying to make him use the Dynamite Diamond Ring as a catalyst to speed that shit up, because we have gone on too long with him being this outlier of the Don Callis family who doesn't want to leave the Don Callis family.
Takeshita looks like a fucking idiot. This has got to happen sooner rather than later. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Big Man Doy saying, yeah, the biggest difference is MJF is playing his character and trying to help other people look better. They are making it work despite the undercard doing all they can to kill the ball team.
Jericho and Company. Good Lord. What's Jericho even doing?
Mr. Town says, I said on Threads that Darby got Wolverine healing power. He's really become like Sting with his ability to recover, because that's what Sting was known for. He would power up, do the and go crazy.
What did he do? Do that again? He would power up and
all right, we're gonna close the poll here. It's very close because a lot of people don't know how to place their votes, but it is 60% for no. People don't think in the chat that Ospreay is going to beat Mox before All In. So it's basically 10 votes, 6-4. The no's win over the yeses.
we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Moxley will do the right thing. Yes, maybe now, after he's beaten Takeshita and Okada and Fletcher and Ospreay, now that's how it usually works. Now he'll decide to do the right thing. Now he'll give up power. Trump will leave also quietly. Sure. Okay. Whatever you say.
But that's going to bring us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. Y'all know what time it is. It is time to give our ratings on the show. Did you give the show a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a thumbs in the middle? Out of 10, what did you give the show? What was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night? Let us know in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. Let us know in the live chat if you are with us live. But for me and Jimmy Macram, for the May 13th, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite, in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up from me, thumbs in the middle from Jimmy. Out of 10, Jimmy, what did you give the show?
6.5. I thought the main event was fantastic. I could have passed on everything else. Sorry. Don't need to see
I will go.
And Will Ospreay. I don't need a Young Buck showcase. I'm good. Thank you.
I rather enjoyed the show. I had a good time over the 2 hours here. Much prefer a 2-hour Dynamite in comparison to 2 hours of Dynamite and 1 hour of Collision from the week prior. I think they had a lot of strong wrestling on this show, with the Darby and Takeshita being the highlight, and the main event segment with the contract signing. The Ace Austin and Will Ospreay matchup I thought was great. I thought the opener was a lot of fun. Cage and Knight was a good matchup. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed this episode. Jimmy, what was your match of the night?
The main event.
Yes, definitely Darby and Takeshita. My main event. The main event is the match of the night. For me, MVP for the show. What you going with?
I'm going to go with, unimpressively, unshockingly, MJF.
MJF. He sold me on a stipulation I wasn't into. I thought they should have went with him never challenging for the AEW World Championship as the stip, but he really sold me on it throughout his performance throughout the night, with the funny opening segment, the backstage segment with Takeshita, Callis, and Andrade, and then his great promo work within the contract signing. Darby was also up there as well with his performance in the contract signing and in the matchup, but I'll give it to MJF as he's the best character on the show. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
Tony Khan, you're up again, though you kind of just exist in that space. We can do Will Ospreay again if you like. The young boy, as Daniel Garcia fucking called him, to no rebuttal, by the way, of Jon Moxley. Absolutely.
I might have to go with the Brawling Birds and Hikaru Shida. because I was gonna go with the Triangle of Madness for getting themselves disqualified in that matchup, but I just didn't like that finish. I think that's the main thing. It could be the jobber who went against Speedball. Yeah, I'll go with the jobber who went against Speedball because he had one job and he failed at it. He freaking slipped on and botched his only move that he had to do the entire night. So I'll go with him. Moment of the night, Jimmy.
MJF saying that he was totally making it up. Probably so much. That's my moment.
My moment of the night, man, I want to go with the Blue Thunder Bomb or the German suplex into the bridge. I really like the opening segment, but I'm gonna go with the German suplex into the bridge. I've never seen that before. I've seen the Avalanche German suplex so many times. I've never seen someone hold on to it and get the bridge. But that is our ratings. That's what we thought about this week's AEW Dynamite. We got one more episode of Dynamite in Collision 3-hour special next week before the pay-per-view AEW Double or Nothing, with the card taking shape already. Want to thank Jimmy for joining us this week once again. Thank you, good sir, and we will see you on the next one next Thursday. And
Swerve was busy? Was Swerve not here? Was Swerve not here?
Swerve wasn't on the show. No.
Was he? You know where he was?
He's running a gimmick that the AEW management is keeping him away because they're scared he's going to hurt somebody.
In reality, he's probably locked in a hotel room with that fucking Sophie Cunningham swimsuit edition. just him and a baby oil and fucking a do not disturb sign on his fucking door.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jimmy Macram. I will be back with y'all live on here on the channel on Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. It will be myself, True Draw Josh, and Miss Chrissy Love. We'll be joined by special guests, the Because We Are podcast. I don't know. Why are you laughing? The Because We Are podcast, they're going to be joining us for an all-time WWE fantasy draft with THH versus BWA. Check out the Because We Are podcast. They do the black version of Family Feud. They're a lot of fun, those guys over there, and they're wrestling fans. So we're going to have them on the show on Saturday, so join us for that. Go over and subscribe to True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, where we're going to have our latest review of The Boys, Season 5, Episode 7, as well as we got
Sorry.
You don't like it?
That writing is fucking heinous. Good lord. The wheels are falling off at the end of season 3. Here we are. Just shit.
I didn't know if you were watching it yet.
It's a pandemic of terrible writing going on. It's not just wrestling. It's everywhere.
What episode are you on?
7.
Oh, okay.
Whatever the last one was.
Yeah.
Where somebody got choked out like this.
One of the biggest soups gets choked out like nothing after he just did a heel.
Wasted fucking the whole season of my life. What the fuck?
And that was the best parts of the season too. Was him and Soldier Boy. It's like, oh no, he's gone. And we only got one episode left. And
good.
Fuck Gen V, basically. That's what they told us.
It's gonna pay off big time in the boys. You gotta pay attention to everything that's going on. No, you don't.
No, we're too busy fucking setting up our Vought spinoff. That's what we're doing here.
Our Nazi spinoff. Good lord.
We'll also have the Punisher One Last Kill review on the channel this weekend. We also got Euphoria review over there, as well as True Heel Heat Check on Sunday. I'll be live with Chris G and TC for that. We'll also be live on Sunday for our ROH Supercard of Honor review here on this channel. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be here with John Escudero for that one. And go over to True Heel Heat Sports and True Heel Heat patreon.com/True Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, and you can check out me and Jimmy Macram on the latest edition of Goat Match Series, where we rewatched the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros from All Out 2021 for the AEW World Tag Team Championships in a steel cage matchup. We'll also be back very soon with the next episode. We're watching Kawada and Masawa. So some good stuff over at patreon.com/Trio Heat. All right, I'm not going to ask you for final words. I was about to, but I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. I've learned my lesson. Like I said, I'll be back with y'all over on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment for the boys review tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Before Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble 249, Bird of Prey, for the May 13th, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.